We are the Fox family, and today we are headed down to Detroit. So join us as we explore Detroit's bustling neighborhoods, vibrant art scene, iconic architecture, and so much more. Hi everyone, and welcome back. For those of you who are new to our channel, we are the Fox family. I'm Stu, joined by my lovely and amazing wife, Dr. Sydney Fox. We have three amazing kids, Caden, Jackson, and Lila. And we also are traveling with our three pets, Apollo, Penny, and Bun Bun the rabbit. Today we are leaving Sheboygan, sadly, but we are happy and excited to be visiting Mount Pleasant once again to see Grandma Fox. We plan on staying at the Isabella County Fairgrounds. This is just a quick stop before we head on to Detroit.
For our stay in Detroit, we chose 5 Solace Farms, which is actually a Harvest Host location. If you're not familiar with Harvest Hosts, basically it allows you to stay at family farms and other locations, usually for free, and in this case it was free. 5 Solace Farms is located in Belleville, Michigan, which is 40 miles southwest of Detroit, and is owned by George and Jeanette. George and Jeanette were so welcoming to us, and we would absolutely stay there again. So if you happen to be in southwest Michigan, feel free to stay at 5 Solace Farm. They have all kinds of products available for sale there. Jeanette works really hard to make soaps and various farm products for their shop. One thing that was cool for us is 5 Solace Farm is actually an authorized distributor for Berkey water filters, so we were able to get a couple new accessories for our Berkey, which we love so much. And there's a lot of really cute and fun animals to enjoy while you guys are there. A man named Tyree Guyton, along with his grandfather Sam Mackey, and neighborhood children, began a project called the Heidelberg Project in their neighborhood as a response to the blight in their community, which was predominantly Black. The project started with a decoration of abandoned houses and vacant lots with found objects. They collected things like discarded toys and shoes and appliances, created colorful and thought-provoking installations. Part of these installations included some themes about political and social commentary, including reflections about urban decay, the celebrations of African American culture and history. It really became a symbol of hope for this community and for the neighborhood, and highlighted the resilience of this neighborhood. It has attracted visitors from all across the world, including our family. We were very privileged to be able to go down to the neighborhood in Detroit where the Heidelberg Project is. We actually met Tyree Guyton and had a long conversation with him about the art installations, about his neighborhood, how long he'd lived in the neighborhood. And you'll see a lot of different representations of his art and his role as an artist in social change. The Heidelberg Project has actually faced a lot of criticism and various challenges, including multiple bouts of arson, as well as opposition from city officials. Not everyone loves the art installations. Despite these setbacks, the Heidelberg Project has persevered and evolved, continuing to inspire and engage the community.
After checking out the Heidelberg Project and getting the chance to talk with Tyree, we all piled back in the car and decided that it was time for lunch. And what better place to check out than West Lafayette Boulevard and the Coney dog scene. As we arrived on West Lafayette Boulevard, we were greeted by both American Coney Island and Lafayette Coney Island. American Coney Island is an establishment that was founded in 1917 by a Greek immigrant named Constantine Kyros. A few years later, in 1924, him and his brother had a falling out, and his brother went and started Lafayette Coney Island, which is right next door. When Lafayette Coney Island opened, it started a rivalry between themselves and American Coney Island, which now has become part of Detroit's cultural fabric. So obviously we were pretty hungry, so we decided to try both of these establishments. I can tell you that they did not disappoint. American Coney Island has a more open, vibrant feel to it when you first go in. I would highly recommend getting their chili dog and also their chili fries. Absolutely amazing. And then next door is Lafayette, which has a more cozy diner feel. The food is just as good, just less seating. So if you or your family find yourself on Lafayette Boulevard and you're hungry, I'd recommend stopping into either Lafayette or American Coney Dog. They're both pretty good. Next, we're off to see the Gateway to Freedom. And what would a trip to Detroit be without checking out the Spirit of Detroit? And then, of course, we're going to stop over and check out the monument to Joe Louis, the infamous Detroit Fist. As the sun started to set over Detroit, we knew it was time for us to head back to Five Solas Farms and rest up and get ready for our last day in Detroit. Our final stop in Detroit was at the Henry Ford Museum, and what a museum it is. Of course, it pays tribute to American innovation and progress, from cars to trains to dollhouses and airplanes, and so many unique historical artifacts. There is something there for everyone. Some of our favorite pieces were the chair that Abraham Lincoln was assassinated in, the bus that Rosa Parks sat in and she refused to give up her seat to a white man. There are a number of famous airplanes in the museum, an exhibit where you can even test your own aerodynamic skills by making airplanes and testing how far you can throw them. Car aficionados will enjoy the variety of historic Fords through the years, including race cars, and what makes them able to go so fast. There are also historic cars such as presidential limousines. In fact, we saw the limousine that John F. Kennedy was assassinated in. History buffs of all kinds will get a kick out of the Henry Ford Museum. One thing I will say is that give yourself enough time. We kind of rushed through the museum. It's probably a 4-hour tour to really get to see everything. I think we did it in 2, basically running from one end to the other. After leaving the Henry Ford Museum, we decided to go back downtown and spend some time on the riverfront and wave goodbye to Canada before we left. Detroit was a great city, and we plan to be back.